Okay, is this live now? Looks like it should be. So let me go ahead and start getting things pulled up. So I can get on the YouTube stream and all that. Make sure I don't miss any of the comments because every so often people do that. Usually it doesn't start for a little while because, hey, it's kind of early and I don't think people usually get these notifications too quickly. So let's give them some time to start jumping in here. But every now and then, though, I am surprised because sometimes I get on here and there's a couple people that are like, "Oh, hey, I'm here, lady. Look at me." I'm like, "Oh, wow, look at that." Somewhat surprised, and by somewhat I mean very. So then, looks like that's the case for right now. And this quality is not looking good right now. I don't know what the deal is with that. If that's on my end, or if that's on the end of the stream. Does this look bad to anybody else that might be out there watching as well? I'm not sure what the deal is with that and why it looks so terrible. I think my phone was doing something. So let's turn that off on the Wi-Fi anyway. Hopefully this kind of gets worked out because I'm not trying to have this stream looking like some 1990s dial-up internet. You know what I'm saying? But let's see. So I just turned that off. So hopefully that kind of makes things start looking a little better. And coming over here, that's one of the reasons I like to get these things going early, just to make sure that if there is a problem, I can kind of get it worked out before people start showing up. And it's looking like StreamYard was saying there was some kind of issue or something. So it could be a StreamYard thing, which is unfortunate given that I, pay for this stuff. I mean, it's a free service ultimately, but I do pay for the extra whatever, which to me kind of makes it feel like I should get like preferential treatment. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just me being like self-centered. Either way, let me go ahead and get this link pinned in here in the chat so people can see that if they want to do anything about it. They can jump in if they care to. I always like to see what other people's thoughts may be. And now the stream does look like it's a lot better than it was moments ago, which means that I can now start getting this here PDF pulled up. Zoom out just a little bit because there's a bunch of ones on here, and I got nothing against ones, but I am trying to just kind of get that done and through that because they just bring out so many of them, and it's not a problem. It's just like I don't want to talk about a bunch of ones. So there's that piece of it. And I see I need to change that background. That's still from, when was that? A couple weeks ago or something? Go ahead and put that back to the standard Virginia Beach picture. And I see some people are jumping in here now, so appreciate that. Sean Ayala, hey, it's Josh. Blackout Customs, BX. Oh, look, old BX. What do you know? That guy can smell a lie from a mile away, I tell you what. But no, I do appreciate you guys jumping in. So as usual, it's the beginning of the month, first Sunday of the month. I'd like to kick things off with this little recap and whatnot, talk about the shoes that came out or sometimes didn't come out, because every so often things get pushed back and I don't pay a lot of attention to everything because, let's face it, not everything interests everybody, right? So I don't care. But I do pay attention to some of the stuff, as much as I can anyway. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what we see. So you got that going on. Did I say that? I mean, I know I say that a lot, but I don't know if that's in reference to something. So starting off, top of the list, and please don't hesitate to share your thoughts and opinions in the chats and whatnot. Now that top one, I thought it was fine at first, but then I saw there was some weird quality and I was like, oh, it's like you see it from a distance, you're like, oh, that's fine. Then you get closer and you're like, maybe it's not. And I'm leaning towards that it's not. The colors are fine though. It's just whatever else was going on with that, not for me. But this comfort one, the next one down, the green one, that I do kind of like. I'm not saying it's amazing, it's not like, oh my God, I got to get this. I didn't even know about this thing until like later. But I'm intrigued by the comfort series because I like comfortable things and I do like green. So that kind of made me think like this might be worth picking up. And I want to say I saw a review from ACS Sneakers. KOs are trash, says BX. See, he's on board. He knows what's going on over here. I was just meant to name drop you in a video earlier, Chip. What's going on? Because I was just doing a Vans review like 20 minutes ago. You know, because I do that from time to time. Hey, it's Josh, says he likes my Air Max collection. You know, I also like my Air Max collection. It's pretty much like the cornerstone of my collection. After that is probably like Ultra Boost, and then 12s and foams, and then everything else after that, as far as like number wise, that is. So these rusty Air Max 1s, garbage, just pure booty. That's what I look at those as. I don't like that brown. The back end is just, I don't have anything good to say about it. I can't even say, oh, well, at least it's comfortable, because it's not that either. So it's just a pile of bad all wrapped up in a $190 package, or $180, however much shoes are going for nowadays. And he says, WTF, are these KOs? Yeah, the KOs, man. I don't know what the deal is, but Nike felt that somebody wanted those. What did I say? The price of sneakers where that company was asking for, and for what I was willing to pay. What? I don't quite understand your comment, but I appreciate you commenting it. Now, these Shadow 1 2.0s, though, my coworker, he wore those to work at some point last week or whatever, and those look a lot nicer than I expected them to. I tried for them initially, but barely. I just put it on the Flex thing, you know, like Foot Locker and all those sites. Put it on there, and I figured I'll see what happens. And you know what happened? I didn't get them. And you know what happened after that? I didn't care. But now that I've seen them, it's like, oh man, I kind of wish that they had gone in my favor, you know, because I only wanted them because I have the ones, so I thought I should get the twos as well. It's not that serious, but you know, sometimes you just like to complete those sets like that. And then I saw DB Kicks. I watched his review, and I'm like, man, those are pretty nice. So I will say that that's probably the first Jordan 1 in a while where I was like, man, good on you guys, because usually it's just like it's bad or it's okay. And those were actually like pretty good. And then there are a bunch of lows and stuff that came around. Now, I took these pictures from the internet, right? I didn't fact check anything to see what actually did come out. So some of this stuff may not even be out there in the real world. I don't know. Just going to put that out there so you're not thinking, oh man, I got to go and find those. Because if you haven't seen them, there is a possibility that they didn't actually come out. Let's see. You have some great quotes on your videos. One of my favorites was something like, the cost of these sneakers was the same price that the company was. Oh yeah. Man, like I can picture that review, but I can't think of what it was. Yeah, you just give the people whatever they tell you to pay for whatever the thing is that you want. And then some shoes show up, usually. But yeah, man, yeah, when I'm doing my little, like, I'll share little excerpts from my videos on Instagram or whatever to entice people to go watch them or whatever. And I'll watch these things. And I'm like, man, like, what am I doing during these? Like, my mind is just, I don't know. It's just all like whatever happens up here just goes straight to the mouth. Like there is no actual thought process in it. I just sit down with some shoes, hit record, and 8 to 13 minutes later, we're wrapping things up. But I appreciate you watching, though. Maybe that's why some people do watch. Hey, there's Jezzy. I was just talking about him earlier today, too, because I was doing an action figure purchase, pickup, follow-up review, whatever it was. So, you know, there will be a bit of a rant about Amazon later, so be prepared for that, at least in the video, not here. So these also may have come out. I don't know. I think the top one was like the barely green or something like that, because it's like that light green, and then the bottom one was some kind of red and white, you know, the normal Bulls type colors that they just kind of, oh, we'll change this, we'll change the stripe this month, we'll change the toe box next month. They just keep throwing those same color combinations at you, just putting them in there differently, you know, little remixes or whatever you want to call it. Kind of gets old, at least in my opinion. And I don't remember what that one was. but it must have been something special because it's got a K on the side of it. But I don't know. Again, I just saw a bunch of Jordan 1s throughout the month. I was just downloading those and throwing them in here and just letting them hang out, you know? But these pink ones aren't bad. That looks like, I don't know, it looks like something that I've seen before. The black stripe kind of throws things off just a little bit for me. Don't get me wrong, I don't like them for me. I'm just saying, like, overall they're not bad. But I feel like that stripe was a misstep on their end. These are pretty decent though. These purple ones and then these university blue ones, I do kind of like those. But again, I think the Spades Jordan 1 were limited and did really. Oh, see, BX is super knowledgeable about things, you know? He knows what's going on in the world of the shoes when he's not outside playing in the forest or whatever he was doing, saying he was working, whatever. I saw the Instagram stories. I'm on to you, man. But yeah, so these, more so the bottom pair, is pretty nice in my opinion. Kind of reminds me of those. There's like a patent leather pair of shoes that came out in that sort of colorway, like the Blue Chill. What was that? 2019, I guess. I'm working now also. Okay, the whole internet knows you're not because you're over here. Well, like 6 people. But either way, people know you're not working because you're in here leaving comments and whatnot. So I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate you taking your job and telling it, hey, you need to take a back seat to old Tristan Stewart while he goes over here talking about the shoes he doesn't like. Let's see. To be honest, only been copping dunks lately. Oh, okay, you must have that big money or some luck, because it seems like if you don't have any luck with those dunks, then you have to pay a lot of money for them. So these Kobe's that popped up not too long ago, this one I actually like. I'm usually not a big fan of most things, as I've kind of alluded to several times, but those Kobe's right there, I thought, like, man, these are, they did a solid job on these, you know? I mean, of course, they came and they went pretty quickly because that's just how the world works. But when I saw them, if they had been one of those things where it came out and it was like readily available in stores and stuff, and you could just go and pick up your pair from your local Champs and anything else, then yeah, I probably would have considered it, you know? But when I see stuff and I know that there's going to be a lot of work that goes into it, I'm just like, no, I'm good. It says the skate store called Pure near me, and I look out. Oh, okay. Yeah, DB Kicks goes to the skate shop like that's near-ish to where we live. He's closer to it, but he seems to have some pretty good luck over there. I have never really, I tried once. I just kind of keep forgetting to try because I told myself, like, maybe I should try and get a pair of dunks and just see what the fuss is all about, you know? But the thing is, most of the ones that I've seen lately, I looked at them, I was like, yeah, this color isn't my kind of color. And I could buy them and then like make some money off of them or whatever, but then I'd just be part of the problem that people constantly talk about, the whole people buying things that don't really want them thing. I'm not trying to be in that group, right? So I sit back and I wait for them to release a color that I do like, and then I'll try for it. That hasn't happened so much lately, but I did like some green and white ones that came out recently, or maybe they didn't come out yet. I don't know. I did like some green and white ones. Those Lebron something or others, I don't know what the name of those is, that top one. Let me scroll up just a little bit. I don't know what the name of those things are or whatever, but I kind of like them. Like, they're not bad. I think I mostly just like the colors, because the shoe itself kind of leaves me like a little skeptical of if I'd want it, but the colors seem to be pretty decent, and it looks like it would probably be fairly comfortable too. I'm not sure what that upper is, but like got a nice little air unit back there, possibly through like the toe as well. But yeah, it looks overall like it'd be pretty comfortable. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's worth considering. You know, I mean, if it was, again, readily available, because that's my thing. That's what I buy for the most part. Yeah, the LeBron Atmos. See, I knew all these names when I was typing them up because I was saving the pictures with the file names. But, you know, it's one of those things where now BX is messaging me, sending me photos and stuff. Let's see what that is, people. one quick moment while I look into this. Normally, I don't interrupt the live streams for random people messaging me and whatnot, but this is BX we're talking about. Whatever. He sent me a picture. He sent me a picture of a laptop and said he's working. Yeah, I could send you a picture of a laptop. Nah. Oh, they were readily available? Oh, well, what do you know? I just kind of wrote them off. So these Don issues, they brought out a couple of them with some like Marvel type things going on. So you had like the Spider-Gwen and like the Venom and whatever that middle one was. And those were out there very much available. I kind of almost wanted to buy the top one because it glows in the dark. But then I got another glow in the dark shoe. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I don't really need this pair now. I'm supposed to bring that over here. I don't know if I actually did or not. No, I'm thinking it might not be over here. But either way, actually, no, there it is. Possibly. But yeah, so I saw those and I was like, yeah, I like glow in the dark shoes. That seems cool anyway. Up until recently, I only had the Wings 5s. But I didn't buy it because I was like, I don't think this would get one good wear out of me, and then that'd be it. But the whole Marvel thing, that was kind of cool. And then we had a couple Adidas things popping up, right? So this was the 4D FWD, like I guess it's supposed to be front wheel drive or something. I don't know what the deal is. But let's see, what are those? Don's horrible. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's not a great look, but like I liked the theme of it, you know? So sometimes that can sway me. Oh yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they were very much available. But I looked at it, I'm like, I do kind of like some of these characters. So that kind of made me want to get them, you know? And it'd be one of those things where, now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to justify this, not by any means. But sometimes it's nice to have certain things for certain occasions. So like when I start going to Comic-Con again, it'd be nice to have like some more comic type themed shoes or whatever, assuming they're comfortable. So that could be a thing. But overall, taking this shoe for what it is as a visual, yeah, it's got some issues, right? No pun intended. So the Adidas 4D FWD, I put in for those through the confirmed raffle, thinking I'll probably get those because who's really going to want these, right? And either they went to a lot of other people or they had very few that they put out because I didn't get them, which was somewhat of a surprise just because I usually have a fair amount of luck with Adidas. But hey, man, it is what it is. I'll have to get a pair later because it's like they do have a look that kind of makes me want to try them out. I think they adjusted the 4D just to make it a little more, I don't know, user friendly, so to speak. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure they'll bring out a couple more pair. And then they also started messing around with like the Ultra Boost 21. This is the Sashiko one. It's supposed to have more of like a different kind of stitching to the upper, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of look at it and tell that. Let's see, no to Adidas. Yeah, I know how you are. Old BX here. He's not a fan of the 3 stripes unless they're on like 3 particular types of shoes or something like that. After those leaked new Yeezys, I don't know if I could ever cop it. Wait. After those leaked new Yeezys, I don't know if I could ever cop a sneaker again. I feel like, was there a typo in there or am I just not reading this right? Okay, cool. And so then these came out again, the Lego Ultra Boost, because I think they came out initially in April, then they did like a bigger release in the beginning of May. And I was helping my friend up there, Cam, you know, I was helping him get his pair. And so he was able to get them, you know, because they sold out initially like super fast because, you know, they had that appeal or that appearance, I should say, of being limited, though they actually weren't. And so everybody was buying them up. And then that was that. So now moving on, we got the Flaming Moes, which I've got a pair of those recently. They haven't been reviewed or anything yet. So that's kind of probably why I forgot that I have them. But yeah, I picked those up through some overseas UK-based page. I can't remember exactly which one, but it was for retail. They just, you know, came with those extra UK type fees and stuff. So that part, not a huge fan of it. Kanye is running out of ideas for sneakers. I mean, is he? I mean, I would imagine he's probably got like a lot of ideas for other, or do you mean like colorways or what? Because I mean, he's only had like, doesn't have like less than 10 models altogether. I mean, I'm sure that he's probably got some other models in mind that he would like to do, but research and development probably becomes a factor in making his thoughts a reality. Let's see. Adidas needs to dig into more of the retro bag. So, I mean, that might be true because that ZX, actually, they did a lot of that last month with that ZX series. They were all over that thing. And a lot of those were really nice too. I just didn't get most of them, but I did want most of them. It's just one of those things, right? Let's see. I'm getting the Flaming Mows for my two best friends for Christmas since I won't be here in the US. Well, that's cool. I don't know who your two best friends are. I thought that was me, but whatever. I'm just gonna block you later. It's cool. Let's see. And then Christian Lazo says, just got the Aqua Angel Gel Light 3s. Love them. See, this guy knows a good shoe when he sees one. And this is a bad shoe. This Adidas Superstar. I don't know. It's got like that piece like taken out of the back so you can just kind of slip your foot onto it. I dislike everything about it. I already dislike shell-toe shoes. This thing is just, part of it makes me sad, part of it makes me angry, part of it makes me confused. It's a lot of thoughts going on when I see that thing. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm going to assume that a lot of you guys aren't a fan either. Moving on along, there were a couple of these. I think, wasn't there more than one? I mean, one more? Yeah. So these 96 Supremes came around, and I didn't realize that they were clear at first, and then I saw that they were, and I thought, well, this is awful. I mean, I already didn't like it, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's one of those things where you see something that you dislike, and then you find out more about it, and it makes you dislike it more. That sums up how I feel about these. If you see his newest leaked sneaker, you would laugh. Yeah, you're potentially correct on that. But the thing is, like, since I don't follow like shoe news for the most part, I don't really see any of that stuff ever. And I tend to like not think about leaked things because usually it's like someone, oh look, this is going to be the leaked Ultra Boost 2023, and it's like, tell me about it in 2023. All right, like I don't. So many things could happen between now and then. I'm going to give this zero thought. That's just my personal opinion. It's not like I have so much going on that I don't have time to think about this stuff. I don't. I just don't care to use my time for that. But it is curious. I do get curious about what is going to happen, but I just don't look into it. I think that's just me. And he says that's an abomination. Yeah, that's. And then let's see, that shoe make you want to beat your kids? Jeez, wow. I mean, I don't have kids, so I never had that feeling, but I can see where you're coming from. Now these, on the other hand, so I know a lot of people are going for the pumps, and I think a lot of people bought pumps last month that didn't work or something. I guess it was just the pump was just there as a, I don't know, as a cosmetic feature, but not like a functional feature. So that was odd. And I saw Anthony Levine did a review of these green toe Reebok questions. So those looked pretty decent. Like once I saw them in his video and all that stuff. Because for me, the question is one of those shoes that I do have a soft spot for, but I don't have a lot of them though. I have like 2 pair. And it's not necessarily because I haven't seen many that I want. It's just waiting for sales that sometimes either don't happen or happen when I'm not aware of them, and then I miss out. But there was the Georgetown pair somewhat recently that I liked, and then there was something else. I can't remember what it was, but I think that one was just a bad timed release because there was other stuff that I wanted more. So you got to pick and choose. Like, I mean, I got a lot of stuff, so I don't mind missing out on things, but it is what it is. So here's some dunks. We got, and there's going to be a couple more because I usually group everything up together. So these particular dunks, how are you guys feeling about these, huh? What do you think? Because I know I say my opinion all the time, and I get that there's a delay here, so maybe I should start kind of accounting for that and slowing down with my scrolling and whatnot. But these right here, I am not too big on. I do like the lower pair. That one's not so bad. But sometimes, like, I like the extra colorful stuff on the sides or whatever. And then other times it's just poorly executed. And that's kind of how I feel about that upper pair, which I wish I had the name in front of me, but I'm not switching over to that screen. But I just bought those UNC Dunk Lows and can't wait for those. Yeah, I get that feeling. I mean, UNC is a pretty solid color to go with. Usually you can't go wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? But I do like that bottom one. And then what was that? The Sting Water. I'm not sure what exactly Sting Water is. Like the brand, I don't know anything about it. But that seems like something that would have popped up at like Valentine's Day. Just that's what it makes me think of. And then you have those What the shoes at the bottom, What the Paws or whatever. Those, I'm into the mismatched thing, and like where the right shoe and the left shoe look very different. I like that. I don't have a lot of stuff that falls into that category, but I do think it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I just, tend to miss out when those things do happen that I'm into. Let me see, move back over here. So I think I'm gonna say DB Kicks got those from the skate shop over here, right? I'm pretty sure he did. I'm like 99% sure that he got those, but I don't think I actually watched the review or not. But anyways, they got a lot of stuff happening. I'm not sure if those are different materials, like, on all those little panels and stuff. Like if there's some felt and some suede and some leather and some ostrich and some elephant. I don't know how all that stuff all feels, but it looks from the surface that a lot of work went into those, and that it would be cool to have them, but it's definitely not something that I could see myself wearing probably at all. So, and then you got these Laker, whatever they were called. Not a bad look, but again, like, it's kind of like overly Laker-ish to me. And so to me, right, I feel like if you wear something like that and, people are going to see you and like, oh, that guy likes the Lakers. Like, I don't want people thinking that about me. So that's why I'm somewhat careful about some of the things that I do wear, like with people's names attached to them, because I don't want people to think I'm a fan of things that I'm not a fan of, It's like I went to the Van store a while ago and I walk in and this girl's, oh, Panic at the Disco, cool. Or did you just buy the shirt? I'm like, you trampy slut. Who do you think you are, huh? Coming at me like that. I put her in her place. No, not really. I was just like, no, I went to the tour back in Denver, Mr. Wise was there, pointed it out on the back. It's a tour shirt, So anyways, getting back on track, I don't care for the Lakers. I'm not buying anything that says, like, has Lakersy things on it. I'm so sorry them Laker dunks are trash, and I'm a Lakers fan. Yeah, so something about it, it's like, I think some people really like them, and that's cool, but for me, nah. But these foams, though, I'm a foam posit kind of guy, so I was kind of looking forward to maybe getting these because it's been a long while since I picked up a pair of foams. And it will continue to be a long while, apparently, because this release didn't work out. They brought them out, and they acted like they were going to be in stores and stuff, and then the children's sizes were, so that's fine, but what about me, Just going to have to go without. Yeah, and BX is either I'm behind or he is. Let me switch this to the live chat, because when you're watching chats on YouTube, if you're on top chat versus live chat, sometimes you miss things. So just a little FYI. But yeah, man, I wanted those foams, and then they just were nowhere to be found other than like the Nikes.com thing for like 10 seconds while they were in stock. These Griffies, these also look pretty nice. It's not a shoe that like I would get excited about, but I don't have anything against them. So I guess that would be my short review of that. But yeah, I did like a lot of the colors. Well, I liked some of the colors that they brought out, but again, it's just I don't know how I'd feel about it because it looks bulky, and I don't like straps on shoes for the most part. The 8s get a pass, and the Indestructs also get a pass, but I think that's about it. And maybe was that a Kyrie 2 that I have that has a strap on it? But those, because of the fit, you have to end up going up in size and they look all weird. So that shoe ultimately not great. I do like these 5s though too. I'm not a fan of the low styling of them. If it was a high and it was just a standard one, let's see. He's saying you have to keep your ears to the streets. I'm not going to, because here's the thing. If I paid attention more, I would probably want to buy more. I buy enough as is without really paying attention. So I'm going to keep doing that. Well, I will say I do a pretty solid job of keeping up with wrestling shirts and wrestling figures. So that's where my ears are to the streets, as you say. But when it comes to shoes, I think everybody is mostly caught on, like, because I've said it a lot of times, like, I'm not really like a shoe guy, right? I have my share, and I got the whole YouTube thing, but I'm not saying it's a facade, but it's definitely not my like number one interest. It's like number 3, because there's music would be number 1, wrestling would be number 2, shoes would be well, I guess like overall, like I got the nerdy side, so the technology side would probably be number 3, and then like shoes might be 4. Sometimes that switches, but it's mostly that way. Because like if you said, hey, let's go sit around and talk about these new like AMD chips and when they're going to come out, it's like, oh really, when's that happening, blah blah blah, like I'm going to be into that conversation. Then you say, oh, did you hear about the Jordan 36, and you hear about like what Adidas is doing? Well, maybe Adidas I'd be into, but you hear about what this is going on over here and what that's going on over there. I'm like, I'm good. So yeah, don't want to taint anybody's view of me. I just want to make sure you have the right view of me. Anyways, getting back on track, these Jordan 7s, I saw those everywhere at the mall a couple weeks ago. Like, and then I went to another mall and they had them everywhere too. Like, I wish they would start doing that with stuff that I want, because I'm a huge 7 fan, right? They're in my top 3 Jordan models for sure. But the thing is, I'm not really a big white shoe kind of guy, and I already have a pair of white 7s, so I didn't want another one. But if this had been, I don't know, if this had been like a different release, maybe if they flipped those colors or something and it was more gray than white, I don't know, maybe I would have considered it. But I did almost buy them just because they were readily available. And I was like, this could be something to think about. Let's see. Now let me catch up on here. So they are trash. Also, Lakers will be back. 2022 champs. Okay, yeah. They say there's always next year, but, is there? Because I think people who said that in 2019 got a lesson that year. But anyway, so my Reebok pump works. I just need the white pump. Okay, because McFly and E-Money, their pumps, whatever model they got, did not. I was lucky to get the What the Prod dunks. Yeah, you were lucky then. Yeah, I don't plan on wearing them anytime soon or at all. I tried to get those Laker dunks for my wife. She's a huge Lakers fan. She was born a Lakers fan. How is that? Does it work that way? I mean, I guess if you're like born in the city, like, and you are raised to like, I don't know. I guess whatever. These also, another pair of 7s. These I did not like whatsoever. Had zero interest in them. And then you have these citrus Jordan 11s. I think this was either a GS or a women's release. So, yeah, that's a no for me. It's not that they're terrible. It's just they're just so plain, right? Because to me, I don't have a problem with like the simple types of sneakers or whatever. That's fine. Do what you do. But for me, it's just about like looking at them and thinking, this is not something that I want to see. Like, not at all. Let me just get back on this YouTube thing because I was trying to scroll through here. So, see what's going on in there. Okay, nothing. And then moving on down, another pair of 11s. This pair was fine. And this pair is actually what I thought remember those Easter 12s? I thought they were going to be more like this, where it's just white with like that little icy sole on the bottom. And then what I got was not what I expected. So still not thrilled about that. And those I've seen in stores a couple times since then too. But yeah, I like these 11s, which again is kind of weird because I was not at all into those. But I like these, as in they don't get a thumbs down from me. They just wouldn't be something I'd go for, you know what I mean? Maybe it's just because maybe it's more so that mango-y citrus thing they have going on that I don't like. But whatever it is, it was not okay. And strangely enough, though, I did like these 13s because I saw them. I remember when like the Flint 13s came around, and there were some people that were all about those, and that's cool, right? But for me, I was like, whatever. I ended up getting a pair just to see what they were all about. But that's why I've never seen them on feet or anything. But these, I kind of feel like they did a pretty good job on them, and I'm not sure which way I'd lean over the blue or the red. But in some ways, I'm thinking the red, because when you look at red shoes, for me, most of the time, I'm not a huge fan of them because like it can be a lot of red unless it's like done well. And this is one where it's like it's got the red on there, but it's not all in your face red. It's like they got some gray and some white to kind of bring it down a notch. So that makes these work, at least in my opinion. And then under those, you do have the 35s, like some kind of, I guess they were probably like the shadow 35s, because they had those shadow ones. And I look at those, and I saw them in store once, and I thought to myself, like, something about this shape doesn't look right. But then my coworker had a pair on the other day. I forget what he had, the Bayou Boys on, and he wears close to my same size. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, these actually don't look bad like when you're wearing them. So maybe I kind of underestimated them or something. But I just thought, like, even like going back to it later, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm good with not getting into any of those. I missed out on those red 13s because I was at school. And hey, man, if you want me to help you get something, all you got to do is tell me that you want it to happen so I can have it in my head or whatever. But then later on, you got to remind me like the day of, because I will be paying no attention, right? So I'm going to blame you for that one. But yeah, I think I'm good, though. I'm probably never going to get a pair of those 35s. If anything, I might try a pair on, but as it stands, I stop at 12, and I think I'm going to stick to that. Even though I don't really have anything bad to say about the 35s, it just isn't really something that I just see myself jumping on. But, they're not bad. No complaints. And, let me see if there's some people in the back over here. I don't know how long that's been going on. You guys got to say stuff when you, like, jump in these streams. I'm not always on the StreamYard screen, So,
all good.
You guys would have been sitting there for, like, another hour or something.
Right. I was looking to see if you guys noticed. I was like,
So, then we got these Jordan Deltas going on, and that I've heard some good things as far as the comfort goes, more on the upper style than the lower style, I want to say. But I haven't seen a pair in a color that I would care to get. And the one that I did find out about I found out about these like way later, and they'd been sitting for a long time, but even the least wanted things do eventually sell out, right?
Right.
So if you look at something like 3 to 4 months later, yeah, you may have had a solid 2 months to get it, but they don't all survive a couple clearance sales. So I think that's what happened to me.
Yeah, the Deltas I'm not a fan of. Is more the my 200s. The Jordan my 200s. I'm a fan of those though. I think they did those right. They just took the Delta upper and put the Max 200 bottom on it.
Yeah, the first ones aren't too bad. I mean, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. I was thinking about the bottom ones. They're not that bad. The first one though was like a mashup of a 13 and 11, and
it looked like if they would have slapped Travis Scott on there, it would have sold.
Yeah, you can even sell out at 270. So
maybe the bottom pair, but
right.
that top pair, I don't know.
Yeah, but then moving on, we had these Zoom whatevers they were, and man, it's like a little bit of a tank kind of for your foot, not in the same way that a foam is a tank, because that's meaning it's durable. This, it looks like you could just stand there and it would just like roll you wherever you're going, like some modern day movies. They don't work like that to my understanding, but that's what it looks like when I see this tread on the bottom.
Aren't they like $400?
Yeah. I was gonna say that those two I don't mind, but that $400 price tag is what I hate. Because those, when they originally dropped, they had like the little ninja sock splits in them, but they have since stopped doing that, which is a good idea. But it's just the price tag that's a horrible idea.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few things that I'm cool with paying $400 for, and shoes will never be in that category. Period. Like a PS5, I guess, sure, that kind of makes some sort of sense, but no, not this. And especially like not that, you know what I'm saying? And give me to pay $400 for a shoe. I mean, maybe I'm just not in the right target audience or something, target demographic. Same with these. Like, I wasn't paying not a single dollar for either pair.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was good. I was straight on them.
I mean, I look at that top one and it's like, oh, look, it's reflective. It's like, so what?
Right.
So then, like, you look past that. It's not a bad look for a 380, right? So it's kind of like the best of a bad situation sort of thing, because I'm not a huge fan myself. But I look at these and I just think to myself, like, I'm good.
Yeah. The top pair, I almost bought them. I was just that close to buying them because I stared at them for a while. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll buy them just to show something different. And then my thumb slowly slid away from the phone, and the further my thumb got away from the purchase, the more my brain said, smart guy.
Yeah.
And those bottom shoes, those are just ugly. Those are just ugly. And the only people that bought those were people that wanted shoes just because they were ugly, for somebody to look at their feet and talk about it.
I was talking to Logan J through his comments a while ago, because he had not that colorway. We're talking about the bottom shoe, the Yeezy 500, I believe. He had a different pair, and he was like, yeah, man, these are great in hand, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I feel like I wouldn't like those. And like, I've never seen a pair in person or anything, but it just doesn't look right. He's like, well, once you see a pair in person, like, that might change your mind. And coincidentally, the next day I did see a pair in person, and I was like, well, I'm just going to double down on not liking these, because now that I've seen them, I know I don't like them. They just have a look that just, and it was like one of those monochrome colors, like where it's just like all one, it's like all beige or something. It's like, that's not even a good color to go with.
Yeah. It was probably like the desert rat colorway or something like that.
Like, you can't take a bad shoe and make it one color and choose a bad color. Like, that's not good shoesmanship,
When I has 4 colors and it still looks bad.
Right. It's almost looking worse now, which is weird.
Right. Now, I will say, the smaller the foot, the more decent the shoe looks, because it's less of the shoe to look at. So
That's what I said before. And
I've seen it.
I was wrong for it.
I've seen it in like a size 5 on a girl's foot, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't look bad, but I mean, it's only because it's less of the shoe to look at.
That's the only time it looks good on a woman's foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have this, which
those, however, those don't look good on anybody's feet, because I was at Marshall's literally maybe an hour ago, and I saw a woman with these on. She had on some gray sweatpants, and they looked like foam shit on her feet. I'm sorry. They were the ugliest things I had ever seen. And my thought process when these came out, I was thinking, well, maybe if I see them in person, I'll understand why people are paying $300 and $400 over retail for them. Well, I've seen them in person now, and I'm just thinking, you got to be an idiot to pay $300 or $400 over retail for these shoes.
This looks like Cubone's skull.
Because I look at this, and that to me says that's like slipper material to me, right? Like to see people outside wearing these, it's like you're outside wearing these because you want people to know that you have them.
Yeah.
Like I got the Yeezy slide when those first came around, never left the house in them because I'm like, this is definitely something you keep at home. Right. But I see people outside at the malls and stuff, like walking around in them all proud of themselves, like they're doing something amazing. They're not. That's where I am with these. It's like, now I'm not gonna completely look down on them yet because I haven't got a pair, you know what I'm saying? But whenever that happens, I'll do my little review, and I'm not expecting great things of it, but and I don't really need to add to my indoor living shoes. Like, I mean, I've got probably like a good 10 pairs of slides over there, different brands and colors and whatnot. But this will just be another one on the list.
Right. That's kind of how I felt about those fuzzy UGG shoes that are house shoes, but girls wear them to the store and stuff like that. Leave those shits at home.
All it's gonna take is it'll take a good rain for them to realize that.
Right. I'm like, it makes you look like a hot ghetto mess. Stop.
Yeah. There's no amount of comfort or durability that's gonna make me think, yeah, this is something to wear. Like, it just looks like it would take all the things that I want out of footwear and put it to the side and replace it with trash. I think that's the best way to put that, as far as like the outdoor experience goes. And then wrapping things up with this here, I forget the name of it, the Quantum Orange, whatever. I don't know about this either. I don't know what's going on with a lot of these releases lately. I can say I don't care for it.
The Quantum's not a bad shoe. It just looks like somebody threw up on the upper though.
Right. Yeah. I feel the same. Like how everybody has their certain level of ugly that they're willing to deal with when it comes to a shoe. Like they're ugly, or like they like to call it like their weird factor.
Right.
When I bought those Frozen Blues, I kind of walked out on a thin limb and jumped off, of course, because it was an ugly shoe. But as far as comfort, it's comfortable. I actually like the Frozen Blues now that I have them, and this is not bad, but it's just like I don't want to pay $250 for these shoes. This is not a $250 shoe by any stretch of the imagination, regardless of how good the material might be. And I think I've seen these in person, and the color is not bad in person, like it translates on photos, but for $250, I would rather, put it in a stack and set it on fire before I pay $250 for these.
Like, I look at these, and so if you just took like that middle area, like the colors that they chose, like that orange and gray and white and black, like if they threw that on certain older Ultra Boost models, that I could get behind, right?
Yeah.
Or even even like, I guess in some ways, like those Air Max 90s with like the orange and the black or whatever,
Right.
those are basically the same colors. So those colors together aren't bad, but it's just you put it on something that is bad, you know?
Right.
So,
Right.
and then to E-Money here, he's saying because he's been saving some money over the last couple months, and by not waking up at 3:45 in the morning, and he's okay with that. And I completely understand that.
Right.
If I had to wake up early for these, like at earliest for me, it's maybe 7. Sometimes the releases go at 7 instead of 10, Eastern time.
For the last couple sneakers drops, I just been sleeping through them. I'm not even putting energy toward it.
I can't sleep. I've hit on, I think, every sneakers drop except for maybe 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
it's not the hype ones. It's the ones that has no hype down that I missed out on. That said, you know what, to hell with this. This draw is just, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I just look at all those things, and I mean, I put in for my 350s. I usually go for those because even though I can't really like sing the praises from top to bottom, and you know that if you ever see the reviews, but I do like them. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go and I'll try for those, but usually it's kind of just one of those like it doesn't matter a whole lot. I'm just like, well, let's see if we can keep the streak going. We'll see what happens.
Right.
Open some tabs and put in my little raffle and just kind of do some stuff until that time. Maybe like record reviews or something, But now that we've got all that stuff out of the way, go ahead and knock out a couple. I got 3 boxes over here that I picked up over the last month. So 2 of these were April releases, but like at the very end of April, because I had to go back and check some dates. So it's like I ordered it on like the 30th, but they came in May, so we're just gonna go with them.
Shout out to the chat for doubling down, and now we got 12 people in here. Hey, love you guys. Love you guys and you girls. Love everybody.
Appreciate you guys popping in here, kind of hanging around, looking at
that like button, people.
Or don't, like whatever you want to do. Don't feel pressure. Don't let Jezzy peer pressure you into doing things you don't want to do.
No,
that's just the modesty talking. Hit that like button. If you're in here, hit that like button.
Pressure makes diamonds.
So we got this going on. This was the Ultra Boost DNA in the ZX8000 Aqua color. So this was one of the few must-have things that I saw in the last month or so. I made this as one of those middle-of-the-night purchases, probably like 1, 2 in the morning. I happened to wake up and see an email about it, and bought them on the spot, went right back to sleep. And they look as good as I expected them to. I haven't worn them quite yet, but that'll come at some other point. And then, is this the right box? Yeah. These right here. I don't know where my black light's over there, so we're not going to worry about that. But these do glow in the dark, and if you've seen that review, you know what I'm talking about. And they look pretty cool, so check it out sometime. Normally, I don't really do a whole lot of plugging the videos that I do, but this one, I would definitely suggest scrolling through to like that on foot section, because I did do like the glow in the dark on foot and they have the black light thing. So it looks kind of cool. It's totally worth watching for that like 2 to 3 minutes or whatever. So there's that. And I needed an Ultra Boost 5.0 because I was going to be doing a comparison review with the 6s later, and I realized I didn't have one. So there's that. Also, from the across the pond, if you will, a pair of New Balance 920s. And I know the New Balance isn't really everybody's cup of tea, and I get it. But if you like a good quality shoe, when it comes to this here made in England sort of thing, that's what you're getting out of these. They got some pretty crazy soft suede on here. Nice material up here, this leather type of nubuck or whatever. All this on the back. This thing is solid. Personal opinion, of course, but I am fully confident that if you bought a pair, you feel the same way. The only thing that sucks is that they do come in at a little over $200. So they're somewhat pricey, but that's because it's the made in England thing. And then since these are out over here too, I did pick these up to complete this pack. So got the Aqua Angels, got the whatever they call these, from the back streets of Japan, like 3-pack.
I like those.
So yeah, so that's my pack completion for May. Hopefully there's no packs that come out in June because hey people, those prices add up. But
Yes.
again, if you can find a discount, that makes it not so bad. So that's it for me for the most part. I would show you guys some other stuff, but you know, other stuff will pop up on the channel later at some point, and I don't want to be here all day. You know what I'm saying? What about you guys? You guys got anything to share with the group?
I got a lot. So let's see.
Hey, OG Kicks, what's going on, man? And E double.
I picked up a pair of these. Jordan 3 Electric Greens.
Yeah.
That's a horrible name for this shoe, but it's a really good shoe. Surprisingly, different than a regular 3. It's got like the little translucent bottom on there, extra laces. That's really nice. But that was a nice pickup. I've got 2 towers over here, so I'm not gonna go through every single one of them. That would take forever. I picked up these. Everybody knows what these are. I was able to get a pair. Find somewhere to throw this stuff. Picked up a pair of UNC 4s. Or not UNC, but University 4s. Everybody keeps calling them UNC. But interestingly enough, hit on a pair of these. I wasn't really trying to get them. I just entered to see what would happen, and I ended up picking up a pair. This is the first time I've actually looked at them, and they're actually not that bad. They're actually not that bad.
That's just the regret talking, and you're just trying to make yourself feel better. It's fine.
Well, you know, also that's me saying I needed to add more to my dunk collection. Let's see, what else? What else did I pick up? What are those? What are these? Well, I was able to pick up a pair of rust pink Jordan 3s. They've got the clear bottom as well. Really, really good suede on the top, suede nubuck. The heel tab is also suede and nubuck, which surprised me as well. Got the little pink tag on it, and it came with extra laces too, which was really nice. And by the way, these are all going to somebody. Of course, I'm not. I don't get in the habit of just buying to resale because that's a no. That's a big no. What else? What are these? Oh, well, that's this month. That's not last month. I was able to get a pair of these as well, and these are heavy. These are heavy as hell. These are heavier than the first pair, but yeah, I got a couple other ones, but I'm not gonna go through them. I'll throw some videos up there so y'all can see the rest of them. And, I'll let my good guy Jezzy take over.
Pretty much what was shown on the slide. I did get the low top
Ooh, I like those.
Did get them. I was on the fence for them for a little while, but I said I didn't want to beat up my mid version, so I had to pick these up. And I went back. I was actually holding off for this because I wanted my daughter to do it since I got her pair first, and now I got mine. And that's the silver toe Jordan 1. So I did get this. So look out.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Those I went to GOAT to get.
Yeah.
And they still haven't shipped mine out. It's been over a week. So I'm having a conversation with GOAT right now.
Yeah,
how's that going?
I had to actually DM GOAT because like one of my boxes on my shoe was trash, so they had wound up giving me a credit on it.
Oh wow, yeah. Goat has as of yesterday, Goat said we're gonna review it and get back to you because it's been over a week and the seller is still holding on to the shoe. So yeah, we'll see.
Let's see. Let's see if I can pull up this window here. I know it's talking about those, save some people from some time possibly. So like I was saying, those Ultra Boost, like they got a nice little thing.
DS Kicks, what's
like,
good, man? What's going on?
Like, go somewhere where there's a black light or something. I'll be looking.
Those are
fancy.
Nice. I like those.
Yeah. So there you go. Now you don't have to watch the review. You're welcome. Save some time.
Unless you watch the review just so I can see the name of them and I can go and get me a pair.
Ultra Boost 5.0 DNA.
I'm still gonna watch the review.
I mean, I can show you like the side of the box and everything for you if you want to see that. Get that in there for you. It's got the product and all that.
And stay for the ads. Stay for the ads, people.
Watch the whole ad.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see the ads personally on account of the whole YouTube Premium. I know HomeGrown
exactly.
But you know, they're out there. If you ever want to do something nice, go ahead and fire up a playlist and just kind of let it play through. I'll get a couple dollars out of it or something.
And speaking of glow in the dark, interestingly enough, the Jordan 6s that just released, shout out to Bobby Sneaker World. The GS sizes glow in the dark, but the adult sizes don't glow in the dark, which is weird, but I guess, I mean,
that's
crazy.
I mean,
originally I thought it was the GS and the men's, not the baby sizes. Cause I had the Tyler sizes in preschool. I had those sizes. Those don't grow.
Right, because they got like the grayed out bottoms. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I would not have. I mean, in some ways, like if I had to guess, if someone told me like that only one pair glowed, I would have guessed that it would be the grade school one. Not because like glowing in the dark is like a childish thing. I think it's just for everybody. But I would feel that if they were to go with one, they'd go with the one where it's going to be cheaper and there's less shoe to put in. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, because I saw a picture earlier, but I was in the middle of getting all this stuff together, so I didn't really like look into it to see what all was happening. But that is kind of cool.
That's the great social media debate for the Jordan of the weekend. The 6s glowing versus not glowing. So
which will matter until next weekend.
Right.
When it all starts again with whatever. Do you guys know off the top of your head what comes out next weekend?
Those McDonald Jordan ones, they come out during the middle of the week. They're doing another re-release drop of the Hyper Royals, so I'm gonna try to get me a pair. If anybody wants to help me get a pair of Hyper Royals, I wear a size 10. Please, I've been trying for the last 5 releases and have not hit on jack.
I honestly, for some reason, I thought you were about to say the last 5 years. Like, man. But then common sense kicked in, and I was like, no, that's not where that's going.
What else drops? There's a lot of dunks.
Them Game Royal dunks as well.
Really?
Yeah, those are dropping too. I think Foot Locker just put the reservation up today.
Okay.
And I don't know about the free 99 dunks. I think those are finally going to be coming out this week.
They are. They're on the Foot Action
Hibbit.
Yeah, they're on Hibbits, and I think they're on Champs as well. But they haven't loaded to Foot Locker if they're going to do that. There's also another women's dunk that's the metallic that is coming out this week as well. Let me see. Let me grab my other phone.
Yeah, there's June 8th.
Make this a little bigger. I don't know why.
Yeah, those are the free 99s. And then they've got a women's version of what they're trying to do with the free 99s as well. That's dropping. Oh yeah, the Ama Maniers, they're dropping as well. Yeah.
And don't forget these women's Lahar Low canvas grains. Be the talk of the town.
I'm asleep. I'm sleeping on those.
That's to the girl wearing those. Don't step up on her. She will stomp.
Right. She gonna stomp a mud hole and walk it dry.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you could with those. And then this look at best 1 through 9. What's the 1 through 9 supposed to mean?
I have no clue.
I don't know.
Let's see, what's that? Let's see.
Well, that's next week.
Yeah, that mostly just talks about it itself. I don't want to see any more pictures.
Ooh, so I think, I think that's it for this week. I think it's just the Jordan 1, the ACGs, those little sandals, and then the Amamanier, and those dunks that are there. There they go.
And those are cool.
Maybe you can get you a jacket to go with the shoes.
If I could get the jacket.
You're right.
Yeah, these, I don't know about that. I'm not.
Those are terrible.
Yeah.
Nah, I seen them on foot. They actually look good though.
Really?
Yeah, the light fusion red. Oh, you talking about the tailwind?
The tailwind.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of those. And I
was gonna say.
I want to like them, but something is stopping me. I don't know why.
It might be that transition from the middle to the back.
It does.
I'm sorry. Skepta has not done a good Air Max since he's been collaborating with him. I don't care what nobody says. He hasn't done anything good from the. What was the first one he did? What was it? 90. I forgot which one it was.
I think he did a deluxe.
Yeah, deluxe.
I only remember the deluxe.
Yeah.
The Air Max Deluxe. But
I have not cared about none of the ones he's touched.
I think just when I see an Air Max, I just feel inclined to like it. Sometimes it's like it's not good, and then that's a problem. And then these blue ambush things.
Yeah.
It looks like you might hurt yourself on the back there, you know?
Yeah. I said the same thing, but I think
poke an eye out with those things.
Who is it? Sneaker Lover 89. He said that they're rubbery. So I guess,
it still looks like I don't know, Batman or the Flash type of thing. And then all these things came out already, but again, maybe that's just because I saw the pictures a while ago.
Which ones?
These LeBron Miami Nights on the
yeah. They were showing pictures for those about 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
They were supposed to come out
last week.
Yesterday. And they pushed it back to the 21st.
Yeah, that, and then what else? I think somebody was talking about these UNC blue dunks. Yeah. Didn't you have a pair of those, Jezzy? Or was that like...
That was the Jordan.
It's a darker color.
Yeah, that was the Jordan 1.
Oh, okay.
Eric Costin.
Because I was like, I feel like I saw... It was a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I probably would have took the Costin over these, but I mean, it's not a bad look though.
Because I wasn't sure if it was something that came back or what.
Yeah, this just gives people an opportunity that missed those to have something similar to it.
Mm-hmm.
The Miami lows
look like wouldn't believe how many people come in my store. Y'all got any SBs? I'm like, bro, that we don't have any. We don't have SBs. You want a regular dunk?
Right.
Have SBs.
Just send them to Champs. Let's see. He said, "I'd like to have those UNC dunks in my collection also." Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I mean, if they're BX approved, they got to be doing something.
Right.
Man, is this a women's Air Max Furiosa BX approved? I don't know what is this.
Those look like tanks as well. Those look like Russian tanks.
Like those in the worst
like Megatron in shoe form.
Wow, what's that on the back? Is that
like a little ribbon? Like a is it like a what do you call that? Like that elastic? I mean, not elastic, like a zip tie.
You know them bungees you pull.
Oh yeah, that's on
Oh,
the dunks, the off-white dunks. That might be what that is.
so
Like,
no, there it is. Like it's the shoelaces. Like it laces in the
It has
back.
two types of
oh,
laces.
that's terrible. That's terrible. Yeah, that's terrible.
I don't approve of this in any way.
Uh,
Oh man. And it looks like a double story shoe. You know what I mean? Like extra
Yeah,
Yeah,
for no reason.
that's a woman's shoe all the way because they love the double stack chunk soles and stuff
Yeah.
like
yeah,
that. So,
that Sakai vibe.
Wow.
yeah,
This is
yeah, but it's terrible. It's terrible.
yeah. I mean, if you take away like that extra lace on the side that goes to the back, and you take away the lowest layer, like the black layer, and then you adjust like the front lower area,
It's
and
not a
then you take
bad
off
shoe.
all the other stuff, right?
Right.
It could be okay. Because
If
like
you
that
take off what makes this shoe that shoe, then it
yeah.
would be a lot
Yeah, you
better.
just gotta like make it something else. And then it'll be okay. But because like I'm looking at like the mesh upper, like if that's what that is, it looks like it'll at least be comfortable and breathable. The back end area over here, what that looks like, it'll be kind of like the React Visions, where it's kind of nice and plush back there.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, though, as it is in its current form,
What?
it's not
Those
okay.
The Miami Night lows look like a burn victim's skin. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
Oh my gosh.
we're gonna close out of that because that is get
I'm
back
gonna
to
create a digital stamp BX approved. Hey, I'm down for it.
yeah. Go ahead, put it on a shirt. Maybe I'll wear it if I ever do a review of something that's BX approved, I'd wear that just to drive home the point. Of course, then I couldn't wear it ever again, but
If you get a BX approved shirt,
Gotta get
you
different
need
colors.
a shirt that says it's McFly's fault.
get that going. I mean, he is the one to blame for a lot of things. I mean, he's the reason I just did this action figure unboxing earlier today. All this stuff's his fault. The
See,
whole
there you go.
now because of him. All right, but for now, it looks like we've covered everything. So I guess we can go ahead and start getting things wrapped up. We've been on here for about an hour and a half almost, well, hour and 15 almost. So that's not too bad. Try to get these things up and done real quick before people get all bored and move on themselves. I stop it. So, but unless you guys have any other thoughts on your mind or whatever, we can go ahead and start moving on. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna, because like I said, I got some cleaning up to do and an on foot to shoot for some pig suede Vans old schools.
Nice.
Yeah. They actually are pretty nice. Like I'm fairly surprised. But Vans will do okay every so often,
Right.
So we'll go around the room real quick. We'll start with Jezzy.
All right. Appreciate you having me on Shoes Up, Sleeves Down. Oh, give me a second. Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Also to everybody on the panel right now. I'm Jezzy Christ, aka Thriller. You can find me on YouTube at the same handle and also on my IG at Jezzy Christ 1. I currently hit my 900 subscribe mark, so I will be doing a giveaway video real soon. So stay tuned for that. And also, I will be doing a $100 giveaway once I get to my 1,000 mark as well. So keep supporting your boy. And like I said before, I'll probably be dropping a video today as well, giving you the information on what y'all can look forward to. But as always, I appreciate y'all. Stay true, stay fly, stay blessed. And like I said, appreciate you. Shoes up, sleeves down.
No problem. See, click this. There we go.
Man, energetic, ecstatic to be back. It feels like it's been forever since I've done this. But I also want to say it's Jeezy's fault that I'm buying a lot more hats now, and I'm spending as much on hats as I am on shoes. So thank you for that.
No problem.
Getting down to business. If you all don't know who I am by now, I am HomeGrown Kicks. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter. I just recently decided to do a Facebook. I don't know how that's gonna go, But you can check me out on there. And, of course, you can check me out on the tube. I do a lot of reviews. I'm trying to add some versatility to my collection now so that it's not just Jordan-based, because we all get tired of Jordan. And somehow yet we don't. But, yes, go ahead, head over there. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up, because we don't know what thumbs down is anymore. It's all love and support for the family. And thank you, Shoes Up, Sleeves Down. These are always exciting, and I'm always glad to see you back on the lives and on the tube. So, yeah, we appreciate you for all of that.
I appreciate that. And there's a small chance that I might be doing another live this week, do one of those little giveaways or whatever, because it's been a little while. So there's your warning for anybody that's listening to this right now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But for now, though, we're going to worry about for now, right? And what I'm going to say for now is what I always say. From me to you.
That's not my fault.
Or whatever you are. I'll be seeing you guys later. I'm sure we'll cross paths eventually. Hopefully you cross paths with these two other guys over here as well, because you totally should. I wouldn't have them here if they weren't worth hanging out with, right? So there's that for you. Later, people.
Have a great weekend or week.